are we doing this for? We don't know, but we're here tonight.
Forever.
Maybe when COVID goes away. Who knows when that will be?
Maybe we're not alive right now, Debriana. We're in eternity and we're just doing Corona Kitchen.
We're in some level of kitchen purgatory.
We don't realize what's happened to us.
It's the chicken. It sent me to kitchen purgatory.
Doesn't it feel like it? Hi.
Hi.
It's only been 300 and something episodes.
Yeah, we're way over 300 now. So here we are. How many seasons would that be, TV girl?
I mean, that's like 30 seasons of television. Seriously. I mean, it's not. Really.
Isn't it nuts?
It is nuts, but there's no one I'd rather do this with. So,
Likewise, my dear.
Sentence to this, then so be it.
And I just feel so blessed. Our platform is called Be Live. That's what gets us to you guys. And they have a little button on the side that I see that says help stop Russian aggression. And apparently, thank you. This is from Kelly, my friend Kelly, who is a Corona Kitchener. It is her birthday today. Shout out to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Anyway, they have a little button that says stop Russian aggression, which I shared on Facebook and Twitter, because there are a lot of Ukrainian technicians behind the scenes on our platform. So if you're interested in knowing what they would like you to support, actual Ukrainians, if you don't know anybody, check out my Facebook page or my Twitter handle. I shared it today.
Nice to know there's something positive about Be Live.
Yeah, that's it. That I was very surprised today to see that come up, but pleasantly surprised.
Yay! And happy International Women's Day to you.
Yeah,
that's always
you too.
That's always a cool day. I put a lot of links on our Instagram and Facebook posts for if you want to check out International Women's Day, the website, what they're all about. It's really a remarkable organization, what they do every March 8th for I don't know how many years, and the programs and bringing women together all over the world. It's just
amazing.
We have these kind of organizations. And I also put the ERA Coalition on there because that's just something, we harp on and on about, which is, it would be nice if we could be in the Constitution.
Well, the other thing is, I'm wondering, and I don't know the answer to this, if we pass the ERA, if that will in some way protect our bodies, that we can protect our women's health care and that we can protect trans people, all people, because all people will finally be in the Constitution.
It's a really good question, and what I've heard in response to that is we really won't know until it's tried in a court of law and they set a precedent.
Hashtag expand the court. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
That means we got to get out and vote so we have a bigger majority, and there we go.
Here you are. We've come full circle.
We're all the way around. Voting matters.
Before any cooking has even happened. We just got all of our political stuff out. So thanks for sticking in with us, staying with us. But this is what
are you making? I can't wait to see what you're making.
So I've never made pita bread before. Have you? Have you ever made it? You have made it. And because I got this great falafel mix, and I was thinking, I'll make falafel. And then I looked at the pita bread at the store, and I was like, ugh. This doesn't look great. And I remember when I lived in LA, I used to go to this place, California Pita Kitchen. But any LA people on Van Nuys, Ventura Boulevard and Van Nuys, it is so good. And I just sometimes when I'm there, I just stop there just to have the hummus and the fresh pita. It's worlds away from what we buy in the store when you make
Yes, it is. It is definitely a completely different experience to have homemade pita bread.
And I'll say this, if I've said this once, I've said it probably 300 times on Corona Kitchen. Baking bread yourself is it's not that hard. It's so fun. It's so cheap because the ingredients are nothing. And, and you get so much satisfaction and happiness from it. It's really lovely.
Bread always makes me happy.
Bread is beautiful. But for example, when your pizza recipe that's in the cookbook, by the way, this is basically, Debriana, I'm just realizing right now, this is how different is this from your pizza recipe? Okay, a packet of yeast, okay, a half a teaspoon sugar or honey or whatever you want to make the yeast activate, a quarter cup wheat flour, 2.5 cups flour, a teaspoon kosher salt, 2 tablespoons olive oil. I mean, isn't that like the same thing?
Pretty close, yeah.
So
I think so. I think it's the same, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's so versatile. So that's all it is, folks. Yeast, water, sugar, flour, salt, and olive oil. That's it. And what I have happening right here is I've taken 1 cup of warm water, like body temperature, a packet of yeast, and a half a teaspoon of sugar. And you can see the bubbles. The yeast is activating. Okay.
Yeah, that's called proofing your yeast. And it's important. Like, you could skip that step, but if you skip that step and you don't know if your yeast is fresh, you'll go through making the whole thing and it won't rise.
You don't want to go there because that's no fun.
That part's not fun.
Unleavened bread, not fun. So yeah, it's activating, it's bubbling, it's looking good. I have also put my oven on standard proof, so it's warming it, and however you want to do that. Some people heat up an oven and then turn it off, but you want to have a warm place to get this to proof. So it's
the top of your refrigerator is a very good place.
Yes.
It's always warm up there.
Heat rises, the cats can't get to it. You know, and so what's great about this compared to, and this recipe is also really similar to my Bowl 101 in the cookbook. But that, there's 2 proofs. So this one, only an hour, which I consider a quick rising bread. And then you're going to, this is David Tamas' recipe, and what he does is he uses a stone or a hot tile in an oven, or I'm sure you could do it.
Like a pizza stone?
Yeah, I'm going to use my pizza stone, and I'll show it to you. At 475, and I'm going to take photos. We're just going to make the dough right now to proof, but basically you just put it in balls, pat it into 6-inch discs, and then you put it on this hot stone 2 minutes on each side, and it puffs up into the pita, supposedly.
Yeah. I've always done it in a cast iron pan on the top of the stove, but it has to be hot. Like, the cast iron has to be really hot.
Really hot. Yeah. The oven, he says 475. So that's a really hot oven. But we'll see. I'll take a little video of it so you can see if it puffs, and I'll post that. But so hopefully this is gonna turn out. But it's I'm gonna put in the flour right now and mix it around and get it ready to proof, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
The thing about fresh pita is, like, I know that sometimes when you buy it from the store, it's kind of cardboardy.
Rubbery.
Yeah, it's not. When you make it fresh yourself, it's soft and it has just a different flavor. I guess because it hasn't sat for a long time.
And also, if you think about it, if it had to travel, it was packed in somewhere on a truck for a long time and just flattens. Because when you actually get it, it's so puffy, but when you get it from the store, it's absolutely flat.
Yep. Yeah, and when you put it in if you're, keeping it cool so you can transport it, that's a thing I never do, is I don't put bread in the refrigerator. I was taught a long time ago, if you're gonna store bread, store it in the freezer and then toast it.
Yeah.
Because if you put it in the refrigerator, for some reason it pulls the moisture out, and that's probably why the pitas, it doesn't have a soft texture to it.
And if you put bread in the freezer, here's the virtues of freezer. If you put it,
we all know about my freezer.
it can't mold, right? So
Yeah.
it's trying to say it's frozen in time and it's fresh date, and then you defrost it in a toaster, and it totally works. But
Yeah.
But if you keep it in the fridge, it's just, it could get mold, it could get moist, dry out.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It just usually dries out.
Yeah. So this says.
So what did you put in there? A cup of water? How much?
A cup of lukewarm water,
Okay.
a packet of yeast, and half a teaspoon sugar. Now I'm going to slowly add a teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons olive oil, and then 2.5 cups flour, a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to just eyeball a teaspoon of salt. Mad.
Oopsie.
And then we're going to eyeball.
No measuring spoon for Lisa.
I'll eyeball 2 tablespoons of olive oil. There's 1.
Look away.
There's 2. You can tell. You know the size of a spoon, right? The wooden spoon. I'm going to slowly. Here's the whole wheat flour. Okay. Now I have to put. Okay, I'll have to do 2 cups. Okay, Deborah and I have to count. So talk about something.
She's counting. What do I want to talk about? I don't know. I made my own damn ramen tonight for dinner, and that's going to be in the cookbook too, which is coming out, people. It is. Lisa's going to get to meet our publisher, which I got to do last time I was in New York. So then we'll have a better idea when you get back mid-March, like what she says the date will be.
Yep.
Very exciting. I'm so glad you get to meet her. We have a great publisher. She's really sweet.
I'm really excited. I'm going to New York on Sunday night, and I will be seeing our publisher probably on Tuesday. And I'm thrilled. They've been so good to us, and the cookbook's looking really good. I'm going to get an update, like from the horse's
mouth. Get an update live. Woo!
Yeah. Okay, so I'm mixing this, as you can see. And yeah.
Do you have to knead it?
I do. So I'm going to clear out some space and knead it for like 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'm going to pop it in the oven for an hour to rise.
Okay.
But
remember, that episode was that we did on, I think it was your bread. We discovered your oven has a proofing button.
That was well back in 2020. And
because we've been doing this show for years now.
We've been doing this show for years. I feel like we always did it. So here's the difference. Like, I just made boule over the weekend, and that is such a wet dough. Noticing this is a really dry, shaggy dough. So that's really different. That other one, very, very wet, and you have to just barely, you can't get the bubbles in it.
Kind of fold it. Yeah.
Tell David, A, happy birthday. B, I got one of those bread baskets with the round.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was so fun to do the markings and everything. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'll tell him. We went to Iznami last night for his birthday. We had a chef tasting. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. First of all, it was nice to be out because God knows we haven't done that in a while. Right. And I love the fact that Iznami is still checking you can't get in without proof of vaccination. That was really nice.
Tell people what Iznami is. and where and what?
Nami is a restaurant that is part of a place called 10,000 Waves, which is a spa that's been here forever and ever, up in the mountains. And when you drive up there, literally it's 20 minutes up the mountain from downtown here, but it feels like you went far away.
Like you went to the country.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And the food, oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. So I ran into a friend of mine there.
It's authentic, right?
She has a company called Open Kitchen and invites people in to cook. And she's a wonderful chef herself, Hunan. And Huchan, she's gonna come on the show at some point.
Oh, great.
That'll be fun.
Great.
Bring home a sample cookbook? No. If it was printed, we'd have them.
Okay, listen, whoever asked that question, we do have digital copies. We have seen it. We have been working on it. They haven't printed it yet because it's not done.
Well, that's part of the slowdown all through the publishing industry is the printing part because of COVID. So it's not just, it's crazy. It's everybody's book. It's not just ours.
Right. And, we're on it. Getting there. I mean, our part is done pretty much. We've delivered everything we have to deliver in terms of the manuscript and the photographs, and they're just making sure that all the graphic design is perfectly done and all that stuff. Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into writing a cookbook for, not just the essays that we're writing, but you have to be really careful with the recipes. We don't want to make wrong measurements.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Or say you need an ingredient and then never put it in.
What's really funny is that we've had to fight for the spelling of certain things, which I find hilarious. Things like that. But yeah, it's really, as everybody knows, for the last year, it's been a labor of love and so fun. And I can't believe I'm still getting reminders that I think I got one on Sunday that reminder, a year ago, you were making lemon meringue squares with panina meisels and Adriana Mancini.
I know. I know. It's crazy to think about. That it's been a year since we did the photo shoot, which was complicated and long and fun. And we did that.
Yeah.
And then there's other pictures that have to be in the book that are aside from the ones that we had professionally shot. So, we had to work on those, and it's crazy. It's a crazy amount of work, and we're getting it done. Yay!
Here's your done. Okay, this is a beautiful dough. It's a dry dough. It's so easy to handle. So easy. It's not sticky. I'm just making it into a little pretty thing.
So you really only need it for like a couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do Debriana's method of putting plastic on the top and putting it into rise, because I've always done dish towels. And okay, whole new world. You just put plastic on top of it and seal it. Oh my God, it's like 100 times better. So
yeah, it really makes a tighter seal on the dough so it doesn't get crusty sitting there.
Do you have this? I buy this sometimes. It's called Glad Press and Seal.
No, I use Stretch Tight.
It is. I usually do that, but this stuff is amazing. And
cool! It's opaque.
It's a little opaque, but it sticks. You're gonna see what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
It completely makes the perfect seal on any surface. Look at this. It's just perfectly stuck.
Oh, that's nice.
It seals right here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
That's nice. Okay.
I'm going over to the oven. And I'll be right back, putting it in.
And do you already have it set for the whatever it is, the dough rising setting?
Got it on standard proof. Let's see, what time is it? It is 10 to 7. So at 10 to 8, I will be taking it out. And I will,
okay.
I'll do a little video of, the little flippy and the puffy. We'll see.
Well, hopefully it'll flippy and puffy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's our Instagram account. We're getting up there on Instagram, people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's exciting. As you know, all of our videos, if you ever want to make something, all 300 plus are on YouTube. Also,
Yep.
Corona Kitchen. Look it up.
Yep. Yep. And there's some groups you can join because yes, we have to win the election, and it's going to take all of us. Yeah. So yeah. And the groups are so fun. I love being in all the groups I'm in, and I'm in all of those.
They are, and you meet fun people, and you realize really how like-minded we are, and we're not so far apart. You know, and it's kind of hopeful to do that kind of work if you have the time. It's really good to do, especially now.
Yep. Yep. And don't forget your local elections. Those matter too. They really matter.
They really matter. Get involved now. And have a nice evening.
I cannot wait to see your bread. Thank you.
No, if it's good, I'll give you some. I bet it will.
Hey, well, we're going to be, it's next week you travel, right?
Yes. Oh, we're going to be live from New York. It's going to be fun. You'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good week. Be safe. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye.